Video games, I'm sure everything is new all the time. You're constantly reinventing code and what you're creating and gameplay and stuff. Kirie, Karl mentioned he's working a lot in Maya, and certainly through other emulators and coding things. What programs are you using to make your cinematics and your art?
Yeah, well, definitely across the different people that we work with to create everything for our Sims videos, Maya's definitely one of them. Every now and then you'll need a custom animation for the video, or otherwise just going into the game and using the animations that are already there. We have our own software that we use to build things up. And yeah, besides Maya, there's so many just technical things. There's a lot of Python and a lot of C# that runs things, and all this different code that I don't even understand to an extent that really like makes the game powerful. But we really use a mix between different softwares like Maya, as well as coding programs and games and game software, just to blend it all into one to create an end product.
Games have progressed so far. Like just looking at those, those are 3D made by students. Karl, you've been around the industry, for a little while. What can you tell us about like the perspective on, technology advancing and, game experiences advancing, and, what have we seen in the history of games?
Analogy people had often made was, oh, 3D modeling is like sculpting with clay. And it wasn't. It was pushing polygons, and it was math. It was very detailed. Now we have ZBrush and Mudbox and game. You can actually sculpt, and I think that gives students the opportunity to, sculpt and to make these high definition models. It also creates a problem for trying to display those on systems that can't really afford to display all the polygons or render them out. So there's still that underlying need to understand the technology and the limitations of what's possible,
which is advancing all the time. So I think we'll, maybe wrap up today talking about, what are we seeing for the future? Like what advances do you think is coming? Without, maybe getting into specifics of what you're working on, Kirie, what are you excited for in this next generation of games that are coming out, and what do you see?
Oh man, I really love that games and game companies are taking more of a focus on personalizing their content to the player, like really trying to make the player feel like the game is theirs and they have their own unique experience. I think that's so cool. That's all I want in a game, is just a game that feels like it's made for me. I'm waiting for the real life Ready Player One to come out. That would be super cool. I know that we have the capability, if we spent years doing it, maybe to get something similar at least. And I would love to see something like that. That's what I'm hoping for.
Karl, what do you see coming for the future? Hopes and dreams?
Well, I think having played the tilt brush in VR and being able to actually draw and create in a 3D space, that was pretty captivating. I don't know that VR is quite there yet for mass audiences, but it's got the potential, I think, of really giving you a sense of being in a unique space, especially for training applications. I think that we're going to continue to see more and more details. I think we're going to get bigger and better and faster. So we'll see. I think that things like Steam, we're able to filter through and find games that really fit your needs or fit your desires, is going to be growing. I really hope that indie games as well continue to grow and developing new ideas and things that are new ways of challenging our minds.
I think that's a perfect way to bring back what we were talking about in the beginning of this, where, it's just you're constantly relearning things, and, that curiosity really drives the creation that, people in the video games and in the film and video industry, that's why we're in it. Just keep making new cool stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
I think all of us are makers at heart.
We are.